here it comes. That was a huge gust of wind, Goosey.
Mom, where will...
Oh my gosh.
So surprised.
What'd you find, Nay?
A sea slug?
How many?
2.
And a little tiny baby one, huh?
Yeah.
You like it, Nay?
Great job, Naomi. Nice job finding a cool critter. Good job. Do I look hot and sweaty? Because I am. Hi, Gooey.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bendy.
Banded. I want to give you a little update. Show you what we've been working on. That adorable little garden that I did. Those are all my herbs. And right there, I have my cactuses are outside trying to get some sunshine. And I planted a little cherry tomato in the pot here and then some lettuce in these pots. And then come back here and I'll show you my tomatoes. Let's go show them the tomatoes. I've never done so many squats in my life. My legs hurt so bad. Gardening is a real workout. Okay, let me show you here what we got going on. Yeah, so there's some tomatoes we planted. There's the other ones. Got Sweet 100 cherry tomato that we planted in a pot. It's looking really nice. It's grown a few inches. It's looking amazing. We have some seedlings here. These are the seeds that Naomi sowed. And this is just some lettuce coming up in here. And we have our kale that we planted, our seedlings that are doing quite well. There's the cilantro, our basils, we have oregano, mint, we have our rosemary. Look at these giant, amazing poppies. These things are ancient and crazy beautiful. Here we have a pineapple Hawaiian. It's looking good. This is a husky cherry tomato. Over here we have a sun sugar, the little orange cherry tomatoes. He's doing amazing. And then my favorite, the 4th of July, which is kind of like an early girl. And this one's just sprouting up like crazy. An update for you for our tomatoes because they are doing outstanding up here on the hillside. All right, I don't know if you can see them here, but they are doing amazing. Wait, tell us what plants these are.
These are tomatoes. But this one, see this one beneath? See this one beneath? See this one beneath?
Oh, yeah.
That one's still red.
Yeah.
That one's still orange.
Yeah.
Those are two orange. And let me show you over here.
Hey, stand next to the plant right here. I just want to show how big it is. There's Naomi,
let me
and these are like way taller than her.
Let me show you.
We're doing our best right now. Chelsea is incredulous about how sporadic and rabbit-holed we are, but I told her it's been a couple weeks.
This is gonna take me forever to edit.
Dang right. You know it.
Oh.
So, bear with us.
Speaking of bears.
I chased one off.
Encounter. Yes. Looks like a juvenile black bear.
There are bears out here in the woods.
With my mouth.
the rabbits.
Rabbits are a different story. The rabbits
Rabbits.
are Chelsea's nemesis right now. Go ahead, Chel. Go ahead. Tell them about your vengeance. Tell them about fear.
I planted cabbage from seed. Okay? I don't even like cabbage,
Nobody likes cabbage.
but I wanted to try it. So we planted some cabbage. My little seedlings sprouted up. Oh, look at those. They're just so cute, those little seedlings. Oh, those little cabbages. They kind of look like clovers when they're coming up. They're so cute. And I go out and I was like, oh, I've been looking at my little cabbages every day like, oh, these are so cute. Well, I went out there the other day. Gone. Every single last one of them. Gone.
Mr. Rabbit got him.
Yeah. So we had to fortify the fence of Grandma's garden. And
It's all about battling certain different things that you don't know about. And then one day, you know what that means? There's about a 10-hour project that just showed up on your front door that, you know, fits right into all the other front door projects. So this is what farm life is. So what do you do? What do you do?
you take care of those pests is what
Don't
you
worry
do.
about it.
You don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about
All right, come on then. Get out of the corn. Come on. Good boy.
It's the rabbit fence.
So them rabbits aren't gonna eat our vegetables no more.
No more corn eating.
No more corn nibbling. No more beet thievery. No more cabbage munching. You rabbits. This is the fence we put up. This rabbit mesh. No rabbits are gonna be eating our vegetables anymore. So then I found some little loner cabbages that started to sprout up against the fence line. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just transplant them back into the rows that the other cabbage got, you know, devoured. So I put them all, spaced them out. Oh, they're looking so good. They're thriving. I'm going to go look at them again. Go out a couple days later. Gone again.
Vicious. They're cutthroat. Chelsea's got
Peter
a...
Rabbit, I'm coming for you.
It's the first time I've ever seen her be like spitting angry about a creature.
Rabbits.
It was really impressive.
And I love
she's
bunnies.
She's willing to destroy an animal's life because it's destroying her future children's food source. That's mama's. That's a mom right there. That's mom life.
Great. So we are having some problems down in Grandma's garden. The arugula is getting devoured by some flea beetles. So we read, yeah, not today. They aren't. We read online that diatomaceous earth. It's a great organic insecticide, I guess. And we have these little cool things we ordered off Amazon. Those little puffer applicators. So we're gonna go dust our arugula. Can you guys see all those tiny little holes? That is flea beetle. And they love arugula, but they hate lettuce, which is why the lettuce looks beautiful. Go figure. So, anyway. Cry this morning.
I don't want you to cry.
I know I don't want to cry either, but I could cry because I'm so sad and devastated. So my beets are beautiful. They were huge. They were thriving, and we're about 2 weeks out from putting them out on the stand. They look amazing, and I have tons of them. And I went down there today, and 2/3 of the beet tops are all eaten off and eaten by something big. And I was like, what ate them? And then I looked in the soil and I saw deer tracks, and they just came down and feasted and had an enormous salad of my beet greens. So that happened. That really sucked. I just want to talk about this pest problem. This is insane. I've never had to do so many interventions on my vegetables to keep animals and critters away. Like, it's crazy. Gosh, for the rabbits, we did the fencing. To keep the deer out, we did the Irish Spring soap in the little suet cages and socks around the bed. I sprinkled chili powder every day on my beet leaves to try to keep them out. We even got these sonic light noise sensors that are solar powered and can sense when animals are getting in the garden, and they turn on and they do this really high pitched sound, and the animals don't like it, and so they run away. We even tried that, and it was working. It was keeping the deer out. We were doing great. And then I started realizing, like, okay, the beet tops aren't getting eaten now. Now that I'm just finding dead beet tops on their side, and the entire beet is gone. And I'm like, what is going on now? Now it's eating it. And turns out it's totally rodents, which is so gross. That's just, mice are disgusting. Like, they're just disgusting creatures. And I don't want them nibbling on anything that I'm growing. It's just gross. And there's tons of hay that lines the outside of the bed, and it's all over these rocks. And I think it's just breeded a complete rat's nest, like on the whole side of this garden. So I am just about at my wit's end trying to figure out how to keep the dang rodents out. Used coffee grounds from Starbucks and tried to put them around the beets, and I was like, okay, this for sure is gonna work because it's a super pungent like coffee smell in the garden every time you walk by, and it says that rodents don't like that. So I was like, okay, this is for sure gonna work. Came back down the next day, 5 beets devoured, even with the coffee grounds around them. So I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know.
The pests have been out of control out in here, and no matter how much you try to capture, not kill, all of the fuzzy bunnies and mice, they find a way to get through your fence no matter what you do. But we've fought hard, so we lost about half that crop. But thankfully, we got some beautiful, stunning little baby beets that are so glorious and so generously flavorful that they make up for their somewhat lacking size. But we got the crops out. We're excited. And I am literally farming beets, chasing bears, and watching Battlestar Galactica. It's my life.
And so we have an opportunity to experiment on somebody else's land and learn what it is we'd want in our own property. Do we like this? Is there things that you need here? You need a lot more people. That's one thing we're needing too.
And how much just manpower
Unbelievable amount of manpower it takes to just get a property to function.
Maintain a property, even just to keep up with the weed whacking and the, mowing of the lawns, so that
you got hundreds of trees and thousands of bushes and gallons and hundreds of thousands of gallons of water to deal with. And
every time it rains, it feels like everything just grows like a couple of inches. It's crazy.
You can watch it. You can hear it. You can literally hear sounds, things growing in this area. It's awesome. So it's super dense, great, vibrant soil, and
beautiful birds
like we couldn't be happier.
Everywhere.
We couldn't be happier in that sense. And at the same time, it's an absolute brutal amount of work.
Yeah, but it's good.
We're tired, but
it's
good.
It's healthy.
And then I'm obviously working a
and
normal
look
job.
how tan we are. I normally don't
yeah.
tan. We are very tan.
It doesn't show in this light, but we're basically getting Latin color.
Of,
we're going for a nice Latin Mediterranean kind of look right now.
Vitamin D, man. We are getting, we are getting our sun on here, and it feels good.
See, you don't need sunscreen.
It feels good.
Don't buy into the sunscreen conspiracy.
I normally freckle and burn.
Like a peach.
When I'm using sunscreen. But then I stopped using sunscreen, and I'm just out in the sun so much more frequently, and my body is able to produce the melanin that it needs. And I'm actually turning tan.
And she's
not burning. My parents are like, I can't believe you're so tan. I've never seen you so tan in my life. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever been this tan in my life.
You haven't.
I don't think I've ever been in the sun this much in my life. And that is scary, and that is sad.
It is.
So, but it's cool. It's forcing us outside a lot more, and it's so beautiful. And Naomi is just blooming. She is having the best time of her life. We scored this sweet teepee. The gal that owns the property gave us this little teepee. It's amazing. Naomi's having a blast in there. And we get her outside. We get her working with us. She's pulling weeds. She's planting seeds. She's watering.
Making a mess. She's having a blast.
Yeah, and gardening with a toddler has definitely been a learning curve, trying to find things to entertain them outside, giving them projects, giving them things to do. Thank you, Carrie, for what was it?
Time.
Tedious tasks
Oh,
for
there it is.
toddlers.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Here you go, Carrie. Tedious tasks for toddlers. Naomi, the triple T. Naomi's getting some water out of this bucket and she's transferring it into her water pitcher, which has a very small opening. And she's carefully doing this so that she can water her plants.
Good job, Naomi.
Great job, Naomi.
It's all our rain catch.
Yep, sweet.
Yes. And they're like, yeah, I'll
Keep
do
them
my
busy
chore.
for like a half hour, you know?
She's good.
And I'm like, here, Naomi, here's some water. Here's some dirt. Make some dirt cakes, you know? Or I gave her this, you know, and getting her involved too. Like letting her help us put the diatomaceous earth on the plants and letting her, you know, asking her to pull weeds. She actually was pulling weeds with me the other day, you know? And, you know, sometimes it's hard because it's like, oh, that's a plant. Don't pull that. Don't step on that. Oh, I'm
like
always
she's just
telling her.
like,
I'm
don't
always
step
telling
on
her,
the
honey,
seedling.
honey, don't step on the seedlings.
Stay in the row. Stay in the row. Stay in the row. Stay in the row.
But she's doing good. And yeah, it's been amazing. There's been animals on the property, dogs and chickens, and Naomi's
Ducks.
feeding them to her heart's content. And
Loves it. She picks salads
Yeah.
for him out of the dandelion
oh,
leaves.
she knows
She's
exactly
awesome.
what they like. It's amazing. But it's really, yeah, it's giving us a taste of what it would be like if we had our own property. And it gives me respect for property owners now and just how much work and just how much work it is. And what it takes to actually get to that off-grid living, or what it actually takes to own your own property and to live sustainably and to do this correctly. Like, it takes so much intentionality and hard work, but you can do it if you really want to do it. And
you have to find a way to love it. Like, you have to.
This is a
Otherwise,
great
like, it'll make you
experience.
crazy.
yeah, it's
It'll
true.
make you really
it's so much
crazy.
work, and
And if you don't really want it, like in one sense, like we are getting a place to stay. Like, it's an investment for us because it gives us the ability to not have to pay a mortgage, right? Which a lot of people are bound up by, or apartment bills and all these other things that come with living in a city a lot of times. You get to go get good work a lot of times, but you're paying the price in other areas. So we tried to get our expenses down to a very minimal level. And hey, what would it be like if we actually tried to live in this kind of a lifestyle? What would it actually take to grow your own food? To actually grow your own food is a ton of work. Like, it's a ton of work, and a lot of it is very much a faith-based work where you're doing the work in hopes and prayers that there will come a time where you get to harvest that fruit. And that's really what it's like. It's like that doing ministry a lot of times, going up and speaking at a conference, going up and investing a huge amount of your time and labor and energy in a lot of people that you don't really know. And most of the time, you'll never get to see the fruit that is born out of it, or the seeds that are then planted in other areas of the world. So it's a very constant kind of poetic parable that you live.
since we've been back, we got a car.
Oh, it's a huge improvement. So we've had nothing but an RV. We've been driving no car or single car for a couple of years now. But then I almost got killed by somebody in a T-bone accident a few years ago. So we lost one of our cars then, never got replaced. Then we went down one car. Now we're down to an RV. And that's tough. It's really tough to do RV life with no car.
That was probably
that was our
my
biggest regret.
Biggest regret of RV life
Should've
was
not done
not
that.
having a tow behind vehicle. But now we do,
And we're using it.
woohoo!
You feel
And I will say this, that RV life, like, it was fun to travel around and check out new places and obviously go to places like Carlsbad, you know, places you never otherwise would get to go to. I am really appreciating being a little bit more stationary and not being on the move quite so much. It's nice. It's nice. And I think this is more of the RV life that we like.
Seasonal
Having
travels.
more, doing more of a seasonal thing, moving much slower, and not doing this crazy like road trip intensity for 6 months. That was really hard and really taxing on us in certain ways, and it's been really nice to just not
and be able to go see your community and your friends and the people that
our
like
family
we
and
get a
friends have been
fellowship with,
amazing
you know.
since we've been back.
Awesome refreshment, and it's
been
it's
great.
nowhere near as satisfying to enjoy wonderful places and unique experiences without people to share it with. And like, we got to share it with each other, but like you also at times want to share it with other people. You want to share it with a bigger group. And traveling with Adam and Joni in their adventure bus and their family, it was really nice to have some other people to share that with for a while. And traveling seasonally with other people, like, that's kind of our dream. We dream of having a little gypsy kind of traveling band at times, that we could all have properties at different places across the country so you can seasonally travel. We really can't say enough. Thank you guys for being patient with us as we've gone through this massive transition. And we have left many of you out in the dark, not knowing what's going on with us.
Sorry,
We're sorry, but sometimes the Reynolds rolling is not rolling, and then it's really weird for us because we got to readapt our entire life. So
and sometimes the Reynolds are working like dogs.
like 18-hour, 19-hour, 20-hour days every day, 6 days a week.
We have been working our rear ends off
Every single day. This and then normal work and then all the whole other things about life and trying to recover from dying. So anyways, we really appreciate you guys.
We love you guys.
Head over to snatchedfromtheflames.com also to see and follow my other work and our other ministry work. So
And let us know if you have any amazing garden tips.
oh, we need them. We need
Any
them all.
amazing organic garden tips.
Please, especially for
We've been watching a little bit about the Back to Eden method, and that
Zach Bauer's
really,
channel is fantastic also. We've been enjoying that.
really intrigues me for maybe future plantings.
Projects.
Yes.
We'll see if we ever have a chance to own land quite like this. It'll be
Yes,
paradise. So
that's
we'd love it.
right. That's right. All right.
All right, you guys be well out there.
Bye. Say hi, Nene. Come here. Say hi, everyone. Hi. Ah. Oh, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me. All right, tell Daddy what you're doing.